In today's lesson, we're going to look at different measures of variation and centers, and we're going to talk about how they are transformed when the entire data set is modified. All right, let's jump into it. All right, so for example here, we're going to go ahead and find the mean, median, and mode, and we're actually going to do it twice. We're going to do it once for the original data set, and then we're going to do it again after everything has been increased by 20. So go ahead and pause the video, find the mean, median, and mode, and then check back in and see what you got. All right, so I went ahead and rearranged all of our data so it was in ascending order. We have 9 to 17. When we went ahead and find the mean, we add them all together and divide by 7 because there's 7 terms, and I got 11.86. For our median, it's the exact middle in this case, which is our 10. And then for the mode, we see there are 3 tens, which makes that our most often occurring term. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the numbers and I'm going to add 20 to each one, and then we're going to recalculate all this stuff. All right, so we're going to have, instead of 9, 29, then we're going to have 30, 30, 30, 32, 35, and 37. Okay, now we've increased everything by 20, we're going to go ahead and recalculate everything, the mean, median, and the mode, starting with the mean. And if we add them all together and then divide by 7, our new mean is going to be approximately 31.86. For our median, again, it's going to be our exact middle. And if this 10 was the middle, then this 30 is going to be our middle as well. So for your median, it's going to be 30. And then for our mode, the most often occurring number is also going to be 30. So now what we want to kind of look at is what changed and what stayed the same, or how did things change? Let's look directly at our mean. The original mean was 11.86. The new mean is 31.86, and we increase every number by 20. Notice the difference from the original mean to the new mean is exactly that 20. So if we increase the entire value of the set by 20, that means that our mean is going to increase by 20 as well. Same thing happened for the median and for the mode. The original median was 10. The new median is now 30, which is a difference of, once again, the 20 everything is increasing by. And last but not least, for the mode, we see the same change. The first mode was 10. The second mode is 30, which is again our increase of 20. So when we increase the entire data set by a value, the mean, the median, and the mode will all increase by the exact value, which means you don't have to actually do any math. As long as we know the original data set, we can add 20 to each one of those measures to get our new measures. Okay, with our last example, we saw that the mean, median, and mode were all affected by our transformation. When we increase the whole data set individually by 20, each one of those measures went up by 20 as well. Now we're going to focus on the standard deviation and also the range. So here I have a data set. We know that the standard deviation is 3.02 and the range is 8. The question is if we transform this, and we're going to go ahead and add 20 to each one of these as well, what's going to happen to our standard deviation and to our range? So will each one of those also increase by 20 if we add 20 to every number in the set, or will they stay the same? What do you guys think? We're going to make a prediction. So go ahead and pause the video, predict what you think, what's going to happen to the standard deviation and what's going to happen to the range. Are they going to change? Are they going to change by 20? Or are they going to stay the same? All right, so I went ahead and modified all of our numbers. As you can see, we said we're going to increase them all by 20. So I have all of my numbers here increased by 20 from the original data set. And I went ahead and calculated our mean to be 31.86. Let's go ahead and try and find our range. Our largest value is going to be 37. Our smallest value is going to be 29. And to find our range, we just subtract the 2. And we get 8, which was our original range. And turns out that's not a coincidence. When you're increasing everything or decreasing everything by the same amount, the distance from the smallest to the largest number is always going to stay the same. So whatever your original range is, your new range is going to maintain that same value. And if I were to go through the process of finding my standard deviation, I would actually end up getting the exact same value as well. So even though all the numbers are bigger by 20, my standard deviation is going to end up being 3.02 also. So we saw mean, median, mode change by whatever the value was. Range and standard deviation actually stay the same no matter how much you increase or decrease every data point by. All right, we're going to test and see what you guys know here. we have a data set. We don't know what the actual numbers are, but we know they're all going to be increasing by 8. And we also have original measures. We have the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation. I want you guys to go ahead and write down what you think is going to happen if the data set increases by 8. How do those 5 numbers change or stay the same if we are increasing every data point by 8? Okay, go ahead and pause the video and write down your answers.
All right, let's see how you did. We know again that things are going to be increasing by 8. So when they increase by 8, certain things are going to change. For example, the mean is going to change by exactly that. 42 plus 8 gives us 50. The median is also going to be changing by exactly 8. We get 48. The mode is going to change by 8, giving us 46. The range is not going to change. The range is going to be staying the same. So the range is going to be 15. And our standard deviation is going to stay as 4.9 as well. Now just to reiterate, the reason why these two are going to stay the same is because all the numbers are increasing by the same amount, which means the distance between them is not going to change and their deviation from the mean is not going to change as well. And then up at the very top, we know that those are all going to change because the numbers are getting bigger, which means our mean and median mode are going to get bigger as well. Alright, that does it for our video. Go ahead and get working on the homework.